Are you looking for an old advertising idea that others are not trying in this day and age? In the old days, they used to equate different ads on different stations, like being in a fishing boat, and you had different fishing lines sticking out of different sides of the boat. The same is true today. So since you guys love and listen to conservative radio like we do, here's a great plan for you. Start with the top 20 talk radio shows and work your way down, starting with number 20. What this means is, start with smaller programs if your budget does not allow you to start in the top 10. Once you identify your demographics, you can advertise on these shows without breaking your ad budget. So what are your demographics? In other words, who is it that buys from you? How old are they? What kind of jobs do they have? What kind of income do they earn? Try to find what the average customer is who buys your products and services. There might be people of every age buying your product, but probably there is an average. There are products and services that can be advertised to all groups and ages of people, but it's rare. Don't get greedy and think that you are a rarity, thinking that you are the exception and all people want to have your product or service. Now, where were we? We were talking about identifying your average customer on the top 20 through 11 talk radio stations. You can also start with the top 10 depending on what your budget is. As a rule of thumb, the average cost is around $1,000 a week minimum for the top 20 through number 11, although that cost can certainly vary. Staying in the top 10 would run between $3,000 and $5,000 per week in 2024. No doubt it's more expensive if you're hearing this beyond 2024. The idea here is to start with one station, one program, one show, and get some measurable results. Everybody always plans to get huge results, but if you don't already know if your existing advertising commercial spots will work, then you're spitting in the wind, and it's better to experiment first, right? So we start on the Steve Sanchez show. And when we get a sale, we identify what we did right. So now we can expand and move to a larger show like the Lars Larson show. We're keeping the first ad going while we add more shows. Your goal is to buy the most effective ad spot media plan that you can, but not spend the entire budget on one station. Repeat this until you are producing great results on all top 20 through number 11 radio station programs. The same thing applies with the top 10. It's just that you'll be spending more money. But on the flip side, the return is vastly greater as you get to the programs that are in the top 10 in the nation, and your results will grow higher and higher. We recommend starting on shows like The Joe Pag Show, or The Ben Shapiro Podcast, or Joe Rogan's podcast, or Dan Bongino's podcast. And work your way up to the great one, Bill O'Reilly, and possibly at the top of the heap, Sean Hannity. Results for people that try this approach are exponentially greater than doing one at a time. You know you're hoping for your advertising campaign to be successful as you've seen on TV and movies, or heard about with friends, or read about in publications. You must have a plan. You can't make a commercial without a plan and expect it to go viral. You can accomplish 3 things in your commercial. 1, brand your company to keep your company or service top of mind for your clients or customers. 2, drive your clients or customers to a direct response by purchasing on your website or coming into your store or contacting you. The third type of purpose in a commercial is doing both branding and direct response advertisements. There are conditions and requirements and limitations when you pick any of these 3 options. Call us if you want to talk about your specific situation. There are products and services that can be advertised with branding and direct response at the same time to your demographic groups, but it's rare to have an ad that does both. But if you don't pick either of them, direct response or branding ads, and your advertisement is wishy-washy, you won't make any money, and you will think that advertising is a god-awful endeavor that does nothing but suck back dollars faster than a juiced-up politician. If this all seems out of reach, give us a call at 888-449-2526. We have a plan to slice that pie a bite at a time. It can fit any budget, and you can have market penetration and get actual sales results. But you need to have a plan. Call us for an immediate media plan today, and we'll get it going for you. Also, we can help you with your commercial, giving you advice about it or coming up with a new one. You just need to get a hold of us, and we can start the ball rolling.